Hey everyone, this is your market recap for Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. We're reviewing the ES gap fill, and lately they've been pretty tough with this short squeeze. We've squeezed up to 70.33 today, but going into our morning, we were watching the gap play. So the gap was at 70.06. You could see overnight we had a dip into 91. We had participation at 7,000, basically overshooting the gap. So by the time we opened, we were actually opening up over the gap, but we were still within 10 points, which is a really good probability of filling. However, we bounced right at the orange quarter gap, and then we started taking off. So these days are kind of tough when you're in a gap up in a strong uptrend, but the gap is actually below you. You're fighting the trend. It's a counter move, and the ES does not like to go down. But here's what we were looking at. So we were looking at this, and I was initially into the gap play. I had used this high and got the touch. So I got a free trade, and I was stopped out at the previous high of 70.18, wherever that was, so up here. And we took off, and I tried one more at like 70, right around here, like 70.17 with the stop around 21, was stopped out. So I'm down a little bit. That was a full stop out. And then I took another one up here because we had hit a profit target. We were still within like 20 points, 18 points from the full gap. And I was in at 23.75, took off at 19, took one off at the quarter, and then it blasted right to the full, and it took profit at 08. So that was a great trade, and then I was done for the day in terms of actually trading. Now, the gap filled. We draw up our new targets. We found support at this 7,004. If I was really trying to be aggressive, I could have just thought 7,000 could be a really good psychological handle that they would want to defend, and so far they have. So I should have thought about that, but things were happening fast here, and we have all these gaps below us. So I wanted to wait for confirmation of what was going to happen. Initially, with this type of candle, I was kind of thinking that we were bearish. However, we need to also look to see what the VIX was doing during this time. Really doing too much, to be honest, but you do have a potential double top here forming. Running into resistance at 2060, targets in 1994, invalid if it breaks 2080, let's say. So until we break these highs really on the VIX, we're going to just keep grinding up. It's going to be a hated rally. But what is it doing? It's knocking out shorts. It's knocking out people that have hedged their portfolios correctly, which they're fine with. And in the next couple of days, we should be able to see some relief from this, I would think. Anything else that worked well today? You'll also notice that even if you just took away the Fibonacci retracements, if you just want to use levels to trade, you could see that the gap was defending. You could see then that the quarter defended while there's a little accumulation, and then we just took off. So that was a successful gap play for today. We still have some gaps underneath us. We do not have any gaps open above us at this point, so should be interesting to see what happens the next few days. And that's your market recap for Wednesday, April 15th.